Hello, Assalamu alaikum, salam, shalom. I'm Sanjida Tasnim Bithy, a lecturer from East West University, Bangladesh, and today I will share a differentiated instruction strategy to use in a mixed ability writing class. I would like to begin with a brief introduction of three complementary theories my strategy draws from. The first one is Tomlinson's tiered task design, which proposes multiple versions of the same task at different levels of complexity that match the varying skill levels of the learners, while the learning goal remains the same for all. So everyone has the same beginning and ending point, but the approach is individualized. This idea is well supported by the concept of zone of proximal development, where Vickers argues that students learn the best when the tasks match their current level in a manner that is challenging but not overwhelming. To ensure students are not discouraged by the task at hand, Rumenhart's schema activation theory works the best. In this framework, all students are provided with the same stimuli that can range from a text excerpt to a tactile experience, which ensures a level playing field for all students by triggering previous knowledge. So I put these three theories into practice by designing a stimulus-mediated writing task that requires students to write from personal experience after they are exposed to one common stimuli in the classroom. In this case, I will discuss a lesson I recently conducted on descriptive writing. I showed my students different clips from two Japanese animation films related to rain. These clips had vivid scenarios on the weather changing, rain falling, people's actions and moods getting influenced by the atmosphere and such. So everyone was exposed to the same stimuli. Now, then we had a brief discussion on how the scenarios might be similar to our context, that is, what the rainy season is like in Bangladesh. How does it affect people? How are their plans or moods get influenced by this rain and such and such? Then they were provided with a curated vocabulary list that had words on the atmosphere and ambience during the rainy season, the rhythm of the tempo of rain falling, the range of moods usually associated with rainfall. So by now, everyone had the same level of preparation and now they're ready to write. The difference in instruction came into play when the title was shared with them, which was The Rain in My Memory. So when this memory meant that they were to describe a time of the day when it was raining and they remember it very well. So they're not telling a story, but they're to describe the change in weather, the subsequent physiological sensations, or the change in mood they felt in a specific rain ritual they might have. So this was tier one. Now, this was well suited for those students who enjoy rain or pay attention to such details, but there were other students who were not that sentimental. So the instruction was modified to writing about what they usually do when it rains. Maybe they do not like rain in general and hate it when they are caught in a downpour while outdoors. I asked them to focus on such general experiences and write about it. So it was tier two. Now, there are still some students who couldn't decide what they feel about rain or if they have any specific routine that they follow while exploring outside. So, this group was told to write about what people generally do when they're outside, outdoors, while it's raining. So, it could be the scenario of public transports getting overcrowded, school children playing in the rain on their way home, street vendors rushing to take cover with their items, people craving khichdi and such. This was tier three. Now, none of these levels are inferior to another. While they do differ in content, the challenge remains the writing challenge, the difficulty of writing, it remains anchored at the same difficulty level. And this strategy, I believe, can be followed for different writing tasks across different cultural contexts. You can choose any topic and any form of stimulus that can be interpreted by your students from different angles. For example, You can ask your students to write event rules. It can be a descriptive writing or a narrative or even a process analysis writing, where students, depending on their skill level, will talk or write about how they celebrated it on a certain year, or the generating practice of their home or neighborhood, or the usual celebration across the country. It can also be something less culture specific, like eating at the school cafeteria, and you can give them tasks that will engage their knowledge and first-hand experience of this place. All you have to do is number one, pick a stimulus your students can all access. It can be a short clip, a newspaper article, a documentary, even a sound recording. Number two, you prepare a shared vocabulary resource in advance to give to your students. Number three, write one prompt that leaves room for both personal to more general observation and interpretation. And four, before students write, briefly name the multiple entry points out loud for your students, but do not level them in front of them so they're not mentally affected by it. Now, when you give students a shared experience and then let them find their own way in, you can stop worrying about who's a better writer or a speaker or who's more weak, because everyone is now approaching their task from a place of genuine knowledge. So that was it about my strategy. I hope you found something valuable here and can take to your classroom. If you do, and would like to share your impression, and if you have any queries or suggestion in general, you can mail me or DM me in my LinkedIn profile. Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye, everyone.